All right, fam, we got some wild news about Donald Trump today. Let's get into it and hear about it.
Colombian President Gustavo Petro announced that he will not allow the U.S. military planes carrying Colombian migrants to land in Colombia. Two U.S. military flights returned back, escalating tensions between the two countries. And so Donald obviously goes to Twitter to talk about it. And I was just informed that two reparation flights with a large number of legal criminals were not allowed in Colombia. So I've directed my administration to immediately take the following urgent and decisive retaliatory measures. Emergency 25% tariffs on all goods coming into the United States. In 1 week, the 25% tariffs will be raised to This is, bro, we put the mafia in the White House. A travel ban and immediate visa revocations of the Colombian government officials and all allies and supporters. A visa sanctions on all party members, family members, and supporters of the Colombian government. These measures are just the beginning. They're apparently already roaching out. Somebody said they already backed down. Check Truth Social. Jesus. This is, by the way, this is he made this post. This is him that is posting it himself. So I don't see any check unusual whales on Twitter. This isn't like a fat chick's account, right? Or something like that. Oh, here we go. I was worried it could have been like some porn account or something like that. And Colombian President Gustavo Petro has reversed his decision and is now reportedly offering his presidential plane to help deport. Oh my God, is this real? This is insane. It only took 39 minutes. There's no way this happened. It's on the President of Colombia's webpage.
This really is insane. I mean, wow. Looks like President Trump is continuing to embody the gangster archetype in some crazy ways right now. I like Asmongold's comment that we put the mafia in the White House. I mean, this is just getting wild out here. Like, Colombian president says, no, we're not going to accept planes full of illegal immigrants back to our country, planes of our own people. And then Trump pulls out the tariff card and pulls out we're going to destroy all visas of your government officials so you can't enter our country. I mean, like, talk about strong arming. Yeah, and then it's just crazy that the Colombian president just folded like within minutes of Trump doing that and was just like, oh, just kidding. Actually, we're going to fully allow you to send these people back, and we're going to literally let you use our plane, our presidential plane, to bring some of these people back.
This is the official account from the Republic of Colombia, and it says, attention, President Petro Gustavo provides a presidential plane for the dignified return of his fellow citizens. That took 1 hour. Yep, biggest roach out since Pirate. He tweeted fuck around. So wait a minute, I just realized. This is the response. It's on his Instagram too? I bet it is. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Even if you might not like Trump, you've got to admit that the people who do like Trump, this is a good day for them. This is exactly what they wanted.
He's right about that. I think this is what Trump supporters, or a lot of people who voted for Trump, wanted to see. They want to see a man come into the White House and start doing shit and start not taking shit from anybody and getting shit done. And, you know, like Asmongold's saying, or another point you can make is that whether or not you agree with Trump's mission or his policies or his direction, you can't really deny that the man appears to be on a mission like a wrecking ball. He is just getting shit done, and he's sending a message that says, don't stand in my way or shit's gonna hit the fan. And I mean, something that's really wild is that, so first the Colombian president wouldn't accept his own citizens back into his country, and then 20 minutes later he's like, actually, you can use my plane so we can give our citizens a dignified return to their country. And it's like, bro, you're talking about dignity, and 5 minutes ago you wouldn't even let them back into your country. Like, what kind, what kind of hypocritical flip-flop is that? But then, like, man, like Trump looking like a straight up gangster in this photo. Like, are you kidding me? Rocking the like fedora gangster looking hat. This guy looks like a straight up mafioso. I mean, wow. The the gangster archetype is just so striking here. And as I've said before, the gangster archetype and the way Trump is embodying it, it does speak to something in the collective masculine psyche. And I'm not saying it's necessarily a good thing. Trump is a very complex phenomenon, a very enigmatic phenomenon. I yeah, I can't really land either way with respect to Trump. I see a lot of questionable stuff going on with him. I didn't vote for him. I chose not to vote because I felt like neither party fully represented my interests. I'm still very interested in Trump as a person who will almost for sure be a world historical figure, be remembered centuries or millennia from now if humanity's still around. I mean, this guy is a freak of nature in many ways. And again, you can't really deny that he's like a wrecking ball with an iron will who is gonna make shit happen and shake things up. It's just a question of, is it gonna be for the better, I mean, the tactics that he's making it clear he's going to use, tactics of kind of strong arming or bullying or using certain forms of leverage to force people to, make decisions a certain way. Kind of, I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of his supporters like that, and at the same time, is that style really like going to lead toward a better planet Earth that will be safer for our grandchildren and that we'd be happier to pass on to our grandchildren? I don't know. And yeah, so yeah, I I think it's fascinating. I think, as I've said before, I think a lot of people who get triggered by Trump, and I think a lot of the reason Trump appeals to the collective masculine psyche is because he does embody this energy of not taking shit from anybody, having hundreds of millions of haters, but just being so focused, so on a mission, and just so able to assert his will in the world. Like, this is a guy who owns his power big time. And, a lot of people wish on some level that they could own their power to that extent. And so they may feel triggered or activated by this man, or they might, worship him or respond to him because he's embodying something that a lot of people wish they could embody, and especially that a lot of men wish they could embody, a sense of clear direction and moving with a lot of assertiveness and iron will in that direction. A lot of men nowadays are feeling very lost, very confused, very directionless. And so seeing that embodied in Trump, it activates something for people. And I mean, even just, it's interesting how since the day Trump got elected, the stock markets, the crypto markets have been surging because so much of what markets do is all about collective psychology and collective belief. And if people believe that something is going to go up and they believe in prosperity, they believe in the future, then the markets will go up. A lot of it is just pure perception. If people believe something is valuable or going to increase in value, then It is. And so it's interesting that someone like Trump inspires that level of conviction in people, in a way inspires people to believe in making America great again, believe in, a better America of tomorrow. And yeah, at the same time, on one hand, that can create immediate effects of growth in a market. But what are the actual effects going to be of the Trump presidency? That remains to be seen. I've seen things that I like so far. I've seen him, you know, trying to restore free speech and limit government censorship and downsize the overbloated US government and handle the excessive influx of illegal immigrants that happened under the Biden administration, just generally trying to restore law and order in the United States, which seems in many ways like a good idea to me at this stage of things. And at the same time, we're already seeing other things that are questionable too. I mean, these strong arm tactics in general can be debated. Apparently, he's also applying kind of strong arm pressure to Denmark to sell Greenland to the United States. He's trying to buy Greenland and applying pressure to be able to do that. And yeah, I mean, are these strong arm kind of bullying tactics, expansionist kind of imperial type movements, are they good for planet Earth? It's hard to say. I heard as well that he made some comments about wanting to clear the Palestinians out of Gaza, and that countries in the surrounding area should expect more refugees, and that seems questionable. And, withdrawing from the WHO, the Paris Climate Agreements, these things are all debatable, right? It's not like any of this is really black and white, and I don't have the full context on a lot of these things, but yeah, I think it's just important to really try to notice the way in which Trump is human, and what is emerging from him is going to be a mixed bag, I think a lot of people are falling into a polarity where they either worship him and they can't see anything bad about him or what he's doing, anything questionable, or they completely demonize him and they can't see any virtues or any good qualities or anything good that might come out of his reign, his saga. So yeah, I'm trying to generally stay balanced and just kind of soberly analyze, like, what are the upsides here, what are the downsides, what is really going on with this guy. So anyway, another interesting day of Trump stuff going on. Thought I'd make a video, talk a bit about it. Hopefully this was valuable to somebody. Thank you for listening, and take good care. Peace and love.